Film introduction. Sarjan Hassan is 1958 Singapore war drama film starring Romley. The film took place during the Japanese invasion of Malaya during the Second World War. Initially, the film was supposed to be directed by Lambert. However, he was unable to fully complete the film. The directing task was later taken over by Romley. And Part 1 Story Summary. Sarjan Hassan was 10 when his father died. His mother had died when he was younger. His late father both felt sorry for Hassan and adopts him. However, Hassan's foster brother Ajis is jealous of Hassan. Even when both of them have fully grown up, Ajis and Brown always bully Hassan together. At the same time, Sharma has developed a crush towards Hassan, feeling Ajit's fury even higher. When the Second World War is approaching, the Royal Malay Regiment begin recruiting young soldiers to fight against the war. Ajit joins the Royal Malay Regiment, but Hassan was forbidden to join them even if he wanted because of his forest father who ordered him to take care of his orchard instead. Due to this, the villagers start calling him a coward and giving him another names. Consequently, he runs away from home to join the regiment. Hassan wants to reprove the villagers that he is capable to be a good soldier. Not long after, he was promoted as a sergeant. When the Japanese invaded Malaya, Sergeant Hassan with his comrades fight them bravely. Hassan also saved Archie, who is made a pawn by the Japanese. At the same time, Bong becomes a traitor of the own nation by becoming a member of the Japanese secret agent. Bong used his powers to raid the village and to force Sharma to marry him. His attempt fails when Sergeant Hassan and his comrades liberate the village from the Japanese. Well, Hassan himself defeats Bong in a one-on-one fight. Part 2 Director and Lead Actor. The director of this film, Lambert, is a Philippine film director and producer considered to be one of the most important and influential directors in the history of the Philippine cinema. Lambert was born in the Philippines in 1915 and started film production in the United States. His career began in 1946 when he directed a film called The Blenders, which was successful. Over the next 20 years, he directed many films covering various genres including drama, musical, romance, historical, and social issues. The lead actor, Romley, was a famous Malaysian actor, singer, director, screenwriter, and composer. He was active in Malaysian film, music, and culture scene during the 1950s and 1960s, and is recognized as one of the most iconic figures in Malaysian film history. Romley influence extends far beyond Malaysia, and his works have a wide-ranging impact and audience in Southeast Asia and around the world. He has received many awards and honors, including the Malaysia Nature Honors. And Part 3 Evaluate Movies. Netizens said a great society drama with the war as a background and many different views. This is the synopsis of the movie. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Li Dongheng, a student from Group 7. So my main role in this movie project is to handle the character relationships, the protagonist's storyline, and give you my personal take on it all. First of all, let's talk about the character relationship in this movie. In this cool diagram, you can see the main characters, a total of 8 of them. Right in the middle is our male lead, Hassan. On the left, we've got his cousin and former love rival, Aziz. These two have had their fair share of conflicts and clashes. Up in the top left corner, we've got Aziz's father and Hassan's foster dad, Park Li-bei. When Hassan lost his own father at the tender age of 10, Park Li-bei, being his dad's boss, stepped up and took on the role of raising him as his own. Right next to Park Li-bei, we've got this lady, Mina, who works as a maid for their family. Throughout Hassan's childhood and growing up, Mina took care of him with incredible devotion. Now this character plays a crucial role in the entire storyline. She serves as a medium of communication between the male and the female leads and has a lot of importance. Next to Mina, we have this guy, Alin, a Chinese dude and a friend of both the male and the female leads. He plays a key role in the movie by being the messenger of important information. Moving on, the lady on the far right is our female lead, Sarma, and that dude above her is her father, who doesn't have a specific name in this movie. Lastly, in the bottom left corner, we have a guy called Buon. The bad guy in our story, Buon used to be with Aziz and bullied Hassan when they were kids. After the Japanese took over the village, he turned into a traitor and did a bunch of wicked stuff to the villagers. So that's a lowdown on the character relationships and the major players in this movie. Okay, next step. The male protagonist's story in this movie can be divided into two stages. The first stage is his childhood, where his character can be described with two words, stoic outside and strong inside. Despite losing his mother at a young age and his father at the age of 10, he remained resilient and determined even in the face of bullying from his cousin and others. The second stage is his adulthood, where his character can be described with four words, robust, scrupulous, gritty, and witty. During this period, he yearned for honor and quickly grew after joining the military. Through experience like identifying enemy troops and escaping from a prisoner of war camp during the war, he transformed into a true warrior. He is loyal and passionate towards the female lead and holds no grudge against his cousin for past mistakes. The folks who make the movie took inspiration from their own experience during the Japanese occupation and Malaysia to create a blockbuster. But here's the thing, the movie itself is a little bit simplistic. When it comes to the war stuff and all the patriotic spirit they want to show is kind of missed the mark. The shows of the war aren't really in the spotlight, and the battle scenes just don't have the realistic edge and or intense vibe. Okay, it's my personal evaluation. That's all.
Hi everyone, I am Zhu Yawen. I'll talk about the characteristics of this movie, Sarjan Hassan. Let's start with the original director of the movie. He is a prominent Filipino film and stage director, but for some reasons he gave up filming. The film was made by the main character, who is also the director, P. Romley. He is a Malaysian singer, actor, director, musician, and songwriter, awarded the Great National Artist for his contributions to the film and the music industry, and its literary works. He was regarded as a prominent icon of the Malaysian entertainment industry until his death. Next character is James Shamston. He is the anti-hero in the movie. He is an actor, artist, activist, film director, and an actor of Malaysia. His name is now inscribed as a legend. One of his films was the most expensive of the 1980s, earning him the title The $1 Million Man. Next is Salah Kamal. The character is the main villain in the movie. Before getting involved in movies, Salah was a taxi driver. His interest grew after meeting the P. Romley. During his 17-year acting career, he was known for his anti-character roles. Okay, that's an introduction to the main characters. Here is what I think is the most impressive thing in the movie.
Lihat sini kawan-kawanku sekampung. Aku berharap janganlah hendaknya ada lagi manusia yang seperti ini di tanah air kita. Karena manusia yang seperti inilah yang akan merusakkan keturunan kita. Ya, memang bangsa kita masih muda dan masih lemah. Aku tak peduli. Harapanku hanyalah kita sama bangsa bersatu padulah hendaknya.
Okay. The movie Sarjan Hassan tells the story of a Malay soldier who is very conscious of his identity and loves his country more than himself. He often scolded and ridiculed by relatives and friends. Hassan did not give in easily and remained steadfast in his ambition to defend his country. The heroism and authority of the hero of this film should be an impression to us all. Okay, that's all. Thanks for listening.
Hello everyone, it's my turn to tell you about the plot of this movie. So I will introduce it as simple as I can. The movie Sarjan Hassan tells the story of Hassan becoming an orphan after the death of his father, and then adopted by his late father's boss, who also had a son named Aziz. However, Aziz is jealous of Hassan. Aziz and Byung, who is a friend of Aziz, always bully Hassan together, even when they all fully grew up. Aziz and Hassan like the same girl, Sama, but Sama has developed a crush toward Hassan, not Aziz. When the Second World War is approaching, the Royal Malay Regiment begins recruiting young soldiers to fight against the war. Aziz joins the Royal Malay Regiment, but Hassan was forbidden to join it, even if he wanted, because his father needed him to take care of the family. Due to this, the villagers start calling him a coward and giving him other names. Finally, Hassan runs away from home and to join the regiment with the help of Mina, and say goodbye to Sama also. After he joined the regiment, Hassan was later promoted to corporal and then sergeant. So the name is here Sarjan Hassan. Hassan also saved Aegis during the fighting. Hassan, Aegis, and others are caught by the Japanese troops, but Hassan escaped from the prison by himself and then meets Captain Holiday, which is the officer from the America or English? Yes. Since he's from Jason, Hassan has carried out many guerrilla attacks on Japanese soldiers in Malacca. Meanwhile, in Hassan's village, Byung had become a Japanese nose, then oppressed the villagers, including Sama's family and Hassan's father. Byung uses his power to rid the village, and to force Sama to marry him. Byung's attempt fails when Sergeant Hassan liberates the village from the Japanese. Well, Hassan himself defends Byung in a one-on-one fight. Definitely, of course, he wins. Hassan wins. Yes. Okay, that's all about the plot. Yes, it's a simple one. Now let's move to another member of our group. Thank you.
Okay, let me share with my thoughts after watching this film. I'm going to talk mainly about the theme and the meaning of the film. About the theme, the film explores themes of personal growth and struggle. Handsome, the hero, grows from a young orphan to a soldier. Through his own efforts and courage, he overcomes difficulties and challenges. His stories inspire viewers to go forward and positively face life's difficulties and setbacks. The film conveys to the audience the importance of pursuing justice and keeping faith, while also showing the power of individual will and perseverance. About the meaning, the film emphasizes patriotism and national consciousness through the stories of the main character, Sarjan Hassan, and other characters. The film showed their spirit of fighting to protect the interests of their country and nation. Sarjan Hassan represented the resilience and bravery of the Malayan people, who showed their patriotism in the fight against the invading Japanese forces. By depicting their sacrifices and efforts, the movie convinced the audience love and loyalty to the country. Sarjan Hassan is also historically significant, set in Malaya during the Second World War. It recreated the historical events and people's lives of that era. The film helps the audience to better understand and remember the history of Malaya by presenting the social background, cultural features, and characters of the time. It carries the historical memory of the Malaya people and also plays a role in the inheritance of Malaya culture and traditions. In addition to the content of the story, the film also contributes to the art of cinema. As a Malaysian film, it has been instrumental in the development of local film industry. It set an example for the development of Malaysian cinema and gained international recognition, meaning Malaysian cinema a wider audience. Overall, Sarjan Hassan conveys deep messages and emotions through its themes of patriotism, personal struggle, and historical significance, and provides viewers with an in-depth understanding of the brief struggle and indication of the Malaysian people. It has an important place in the history of Malaysian cinema. That's all. Thank you.